You guys asked for no cook meals recently, so that's what we're doing today. Here are 5 to 6 extremely quick and easy to make lunch or dinner ideas that are perfect for when it's either too hot outside or you're just in general not feeling like turning on the stove or oven and doing the whole thing. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Recipe number 1 would be for these insanely delicious and satisfying creamy pesto udon. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think this is my favorite recipe from this week. In a large heat-proof bowl, I'm placing a packet of fresh udon noodles. And then I'm covering those with hot boiling water, a pinch of salt, and a plate. And I'm letting this sit for 6 to 10 minutes until the noodles are tender. In the meantime, I'm gathering and blending up all the ingredients for the sauce. That's fresh baby spinach, fresh basil leaves, a packet of silken tofu, lemon zest and lemon juice, olive oil, tiny bit of agave, garlic powder, vegan parmesan cheese, but you could also substitute nutritional yeast for it. It'll just have a slightly different flavor then. What helps with the cheesy flavor as well is adding a teaspoon of light miso paste. Also add salt, pepper, and a splash more of the warm water. Blend everything up until super smooth. Taste test, see if you need some more salt. After about 10 minutes under the plate, the udon should be soft. Other noodles that you can cook this way as well are vermicelli or glass noodles, thin rice noodles. Now combine the noodles and the sauce. And feel free to add any extra toppings such as extra vegan cheese, sesame seeds, more basil. It's kind of insane how good this tastes. It is so fresh. Please try it. Now let's move on to these Harissa chickpea wraps. Absolutely obsessed with these. In a food processor, place the ingredients for the filling: a can of rinsed chickpeas, half of a small red onion, minced, a tablespoon of Harissa paste, which can be quite spicy, so you could also just start out with 1 teaspoon and then work your way up, a bit of vegan sour cream, some olive oil, white wine vinegar, some cumin, and salt. Post the ingredients for just a few seconds. You still want some of the texture to remain. This blender here is almost too powerful. 5 to 10 seconds was almost too much. I'm using this beautiful flatbread here that I got from a Turkish Arab bakery, and I'm adding the lettuce first, then a couple tablespoons of the chickpea mixture. For some crunch, I'm adding plain tortilla chips, then cherry tomatoes, some quick pickled red onion. I'll put on the screen how I made these. I'm rolling these up before wrapping the bottom half in some parchment paper so nothing falls out. And there you go! I served this with some insanely delicious iced chai latte. I made the tea a while earlier. Letting this sit and soak until cooled down completely, and then just pouring that over a bunch of ice, followed by a splash of barista oat milk. I'm a massive fan of this next recipe. This simple and satisfying miso spinach rice cake bowl. First, we're prepping the rice cakes. Hold a sheet of rice paper under running water. Make sure you get both sides. And then transfer that to a large cutting board. And just let it sit for about 20 seconds or until soft, but not so sticky that you can't work with it anymore. Roll up the rice paper like so it turns into a big noodle, and I made 6 to 8 of these. And then I set these aside because next I'm putting together the sauce, which is made up of a tablespoon of light miso paste, white tahini, some natural roasted peanut butter, garlic powder, sesame oil, agave or maple syrup, vinegar, and some hot water to adjust the consistency. Mix until smooth. Adjust with salt and perhaps some more vinegar if needed. Now back to the rice paper rolls. Simply cut them into bite-sized pieces. And then also chop up some tofu that's pretty much ready to eat. This is pre-fried tofu. I'm just cutting that into chunks. You could technically use smoked tofu as well, but the fried one I definitely prefer. And now I'm transferring both the tofu, the rice cakes, and some fresh spinach to a pot. Now I'm not turning on the stove. You could also just use a bowl and plate here, but the metal is of course going to contain the heat much better. I think that's still not cooking, but you let me know. Anyway, I'm adding boiling hot water from the water kettle, putting a lid on, and allowing this to sit for 3 to 4 minutes. Afterwards, I'm draining everything and transferring that to a big plate alongside the sauce. The miso tahini combination is so delicious, and the hot water makes it so the spinach comes out perfect, the tofu gets heated up, and the rice cakes will have a really nice chewy texture. A few of you have been asking me to make a snack plate, which I don't know who came up with this originally, but it's basically, as the name suggests, an elaborate selection of mostly savory snacks, presented kind of like a charcuterie board, and people go all out with these. First, I put together a tzatziki type sauce. So first, I'm shredding one of these little cucumbers. Then I'm adding a generous pinch of sea salt, giving that a quick mix and setting that aside for about 10 minutes, or just as long as it's taking me to combine the other ingredients. Unsweetened thick soy yogurt, olive oil, white wine vinegar, black pepper, garlic powder. Of course you would normally use fresh garlic, but for simplicity's sake, I'm using the powder. Also this way it's not as intense, but feel free to do like a fresh clove. You don't want to add salt just yet, because we're adding the salted cucumber next. Make sure to squeeze out as much water as you can before adding the shreds to the yogurt mixture. Mix it up and add salt as needed. Now on to plating. I'm doing another mini cucumber that I sprinkled with some sea salt and black pepper, some of the tzatziki, some toasted flatbread from the Turkish supermarket. That's also where I got these rice-filled wine leaves from. These wasabi nuts, they're definitely breaking our turkey grease theme here, but they're so good. I also added some vegan feta, apple, some blackberries, and there we go. I guess I could have added more stuff, but I feel like this is the type of level of snack plate that I would also just make for myself on a more daily basis. Oh, I also got this Turkish cola. This did make me feel like the rat from Ratatouille a little bit. Even though I'm vegan, I do not eat salads often. They're more like a side dish to me most of the time. This one is definitely an exception. It's with green peas, avocado, feta, basil, mint, and it's based on a short form recipe I will link down below. First, transfer some frozen peas to a big heat-proof bowl and cover with boiling hot water and allow this to sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, cut the vegetables, 2 of these cucumbers, lots of herbs. I'm doing a mixture of fresh basil and mint. Also an avocado that I was a bit disappointed by. That's all when it comes to vegetables. It's very green, which I like. Next, I'm adding vegan feta cheese, lots of fresh lemon juice, olive oil, white wine vinegar, tiny bit of agave syrup or maple syrup, salt, pepper. In an attempt to make this look somewhat presentable, I put vegan parmesan cheese on top, and then I'm serving this with tortilla chips. My friend Jordan got me, not sponsored, the Pocari Sweat powder, which is amazing. So I'm just doing like this much. Yum! I don't really drink it for the health benefits. It's just really delicious. That would be my final recipe for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. That helps me out tremendously. And subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you're having a good rest of your day or a cozy night, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye! This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to help you grow and establish your brand and business online. Start by browsing their wide selection of beautiful website templates, or create your own from scratch if you prefer. Squarespace offers SEO tools in order for you to show up more often in people's search engines, helping you grow your audience and bring in new customers. You can do fundraisers on Squarespace as well by using their donation tools. You can generate passive income by offering content behind a paywall, and create your own new logo within Squarespace as well. If you need any extra help, they've got their 24/7 award-winning customer service at the ready. Start today. Go to squarespace.com/MinaRome or use code MinaRome to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.